A friend of mine once told me that the most important aspect of men's fashion is just knowing the cut of your own jib, which means buying clothes that actually fit you, knowing how clothes are supposed to fit, and then buying those clothes. But assuming that you already know how to buy clothes that fit you, I think the next most important aspect of men's fashion can be summed up in 2 words: leather and steel. And that's because men's fashion is actually pretty boring if you're doing it right. Gray, blue, beige, and white in different combinations. And most of the time, an expensive pair of pants really doesn't look that much different from just, well, pants. So a lot of the time, the clothes you're wearing aren't nearly as important as the 3 classic accessories: shoes, belts, and watches. I mean, if you and the next 10 guys are all wearing a well-fitted pair of jeans and a blue or white or checkered dress shirt, the only thing that's really going to differentiate you is the details. And if you're doing it right, even the untrained eye will notice. And women definitely notice this stuff. Luckily, there are just 3 simple rules to getting it right. Rule number 1, match your leather. Your shoes and your belt should both be made out of leather, and they should be the same color. And by that I mean brown or black. Choose one. Brown shoes and a black belt, or vice versa, it just looks weird. Don't be that guy. And that means that when you go out and buy your first pair of, say, brown leather shoes, you're gonna need to go and buy a matching brown leather belt. It's a set. And you even get extra points if you can match your watch bracelet to your shoes and your belt. Although, just wearing a metal bracelet will get you out of that one, because steel goes with everything. So basically, unless you're a mortician or you work at a bank or you're a waiter in some fancy restaurant, brown shoes and a brown leather belt are going to be your daily go-to uniform. If you live in a place that gets some weather, eventually you're probably going to want to throw some brown boots into the mix. Rule number 2, keep it simple, Steve. Because of rule number 3, you're going to want to stick with classic, timeless styles, which means no square-toed shoes or oversized fashion watches. Stick to traditional offerings from established brands, and you should be okay. As a rule of thumb, the design should be just simple and elegant, no frills, nothing overdone. If you're thinking to yourself, "Oh yeah, I've never seen that before," then you're doing it wrong. Rule number 3, it should hurt a little bit. I'm sorry about this one, but with shoes and watches and belts, you get what you pay for. And if you try and fake it, it'll show. Just trust me, it'll show. So the unfortunate rule of thumb for how much to spend on all of these items is as much as you possibly can, or hopefully a little bit more. And this is why you only want a few high quality, classically styled, timeless pieces that will go with everything and will never go out of style. Luckily, along with a higher price tag, usually comes higher quality. This stuff should last if you take care of it. This isn't disposable fast fashion, it's BIFLA. Buy it for life. So choose carefully. Real leather belts last forever. A good pair of leather shoes can be resold after 10 years and worn for another 10. A high quality automatic watch that's been serviced will be handed down to your grandkids. There are a few workarounds on the price point. Mermin, Mallorca, out of Spain, they make extremely high quality leather shoes for only about $200, and they can make you a matching belt out of exactly the same piece of leather for another $50. You're also going to want to keep your eyes on sales and basically try and pay what you would for something that's not on sale, that's garbage, but for a very high quality item on sale. And that's where you get the $300 shoes for maybe $180 or $200, and you're getting the highest quality you can for a price that's maybe a little bit less painful. For watches, there are tons of options that are what we call affordable, which is in the $300 to $500 range. You can get a Seiko 5 automatic watch for I think around $250, $300, or if you want to go with something Swiss and kind of more to the sensibilities of the watch snobs, you can find a Tissot, Leloc, or Visodate for I believe around $600. I've got a whole nother video about watches, which many of you might have already seen. If you haven't, I'll put a link down in the description and you can see what my watch collection looks like and how it's grown. Congratulations! Now that you're an adult with nice things, you're gonna have to learn how to take care of them. So get some cedar shoe trees, take care of your shoes, and learn how to treat them from time to time with just one simple product and a couple of nice horsehair shoe brushes. Luckily, I've also got a video for that, which I'll put up here that you can watch next. Or if you're a busy guy, you can just subscribe to my channel, get back to doing busy guy things, and come back and check with me later. As ever, thanks for stopping by. Almost sounds like a Dolly Parton song. Leather and steel, leather and steel, leather and steel. Yeah!